Apparently, I have to click multiple buttons to go live. I don't know. Guys, I'm sorry. We were just it's been a whole thing. So here we are now. Here I am. I hope. I hope I am. We'll see. Remains to be seen. How has everybody been? I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Let me see here. Let me move this over here. And I'm gonna move this one over here. Okay, this is going really smoothly. you know. Yeah, I I come in here and I look at my computer and it's like not connected to the internet, and I don't know why, because it's normally connected by Ethernet. So I don't know what could possibly be going on there. I don't know. I unplugged everything and plugged everything back in, and that solved it. Apparently, I don't. I can't. All right, so I'm looking at the chat here. Um, we have hello Sheila. Hi everybody. Hello Lisa. Hello Linda. Hello everybody. Everybody, hello. Sodium and Spite says they are leaving their job. They hit their limit at their job. Just make sure you've thought it over fully, and as long as you have thought it over fully, I support you. uh, yeah, you go. Uh, you can do it. Oh, hello, Caitlin. Hello, Linda. Oh, thank you. I just got my haircut yesterday. It was I had waited so long. I had waited so long to get my haircut, and that's a tough row to hoe when it is 102 degrees out, or 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or 40 degrees Celsius. 102 Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. So, I saw that Jessie Lee Ward is apparently like going around. This was probably like weeks ago, I think. She's like going around claiming that like they said to her that her disease was stable or something, and she's kind of acting like this means that she's like cured, which no is not the case. It's pretty sad. Hmm. 116 is ridiculous, Gloria. um and I might try to. I was thinking about trying to do like a live reaction to it, but I don't know if I want to. Oh shit, has my mic been on this entire time? I hope it has. Yes, it has. Okay. Whew, I panicked there for a second. I panicked. Let me tell you, I panicked. Yeah. I hope it's the right. Yeah, it's the right microphone too. So I don't know. Okay. So let me pull this up a little bit. That's probably too much. No, actually, that should be about right. We're right in the yellow zone. If I, yeah, maybe a little. That might be a little much right there. I think that's a little better. I was thinking about like looking at it live here, but the only thing about doing that is if I do a live reaction, then I have to do like my push to talking, like, and I don't know how it's gonna go. I haven't like practiced doing that because I know that she made a post on Instagram or something about it. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Mojave Desert's pretty intense. It is the only hot desert in the United States by like technical climate classifications or whatever, because it feels pretty hot here. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The thing is, like, we don't know like exactly what these oncologists or like whether she's even talking to like actual oncologists or if she's talking about like her holistic oncologists or whatever the hell. We don't even know what they actually told her. We just know what she's telling us they told her. But even based on what she says they told her, it didn't sound like that great of news. I mean, it was like not bad news, but like it wasn't great, you know. It was not great to proportional to how I heard that she was acting about it. You know, yeah, that's what I think, Sheila. I think it is pseudoscientific oncologists. Um, wow, it's already getting cold in Switzerland. That's interesting. Um, Not here. Woof. Although it was kind of, I was up at Snowbird today, and it was kind of, I was hiking, and it was kind of cold at the top, even though it was like pretty hot down here. I like to hike to the top and then ride the tram down, because I'm a glutton for punishment. Uh, Jesse Lee has a YouTube channel. Time Winter Cancer Story. I love your take on it. Thank you, Just the Voice. Um, yeah, I might do that as a reaction or something. I don't know. I saw her thumbnail, and her thumbnail's really gross. That's all I'm gonna say about that. She is still mad at the two real oncologists who told her to get chemo. It's like, you know, just because someone can't give you good news doesn't mean, like, you know, it's like I realize that they're not telling you what you want to hear, but like it would be unethical for them to tell you what you want to hear. That's the problem. Ugh. Her clots are gross. Yeah, it's just like not what I want to see in a YouTube thumbnail. Like, I don't know. Um, yeah, exactly. Says they didn't tell her what she wants to hear, so she's mad. Exactly. It's, and it's like, well, then why are you even talking to people if you're just gonna get mad when they won't tell you what you want to hear? Like, well, then you can just go ahead and be by yourself and tell yourself what you want to hear. Like, what's the point of even soliciting opinions from others then? I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. Um, I feel like my air conditioning is not on in here. It's definitely not. Fix that. There we go. She is a petulant child and a brat. Yeah, I agree. I agree. She very much so is. Um, yeah. I was thinking about like doing a live reaction to that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm kind of just like nervous about that. Given her diagnosis, she's got a lot of energy, right? I feel like someone with stage 4 cancer would look and act more poorly. I don't know. Tough to say because we only see of her what she shows to us, and I'm sure that she makes an effort to appear to have more energy than she does. Just because if we saw that she was very tired, then it would look like she was wrong, and she finds that like unacceptable to show to us. So that's my hypothesis on that. Although sometimes when she does lives or whatever that are pretty long, I mean, you can tell that she's pretty tired, even if she is sort of acting like she has a lot of energy or acting as though she's not tired. But then she'll like yawn, or she'll like, you can tell that she'll just like lose her train of thought or whatever. I don't know. That's my hypothesis. The whole story is a train wreck. Not sure I buy her recovery, not to mention all the caffeine from the enemas. Yeah, that's a good point. She's doing all those coffee enemas, so. Yeah. Um, and we're used to seeing people who are having chemo and feeling terrible and tired too. Right. Um, that's a good point. That's a good point. Our baseline for, a stage 4 cancer patient is usually going to be someone who is receiving chemotherapy, which does take a lot out of you. Whereas if they weren't receiving chemotherapy, they might actually have a lot more energy because they're not dealing with the effects of that treatment. So that's probably definitely part of it. That's a really good point that you just made. Because she's not receiving chemo, she's gonna have a lot more energy than the typical person who is receiving it. It's exhausting for these patients. It's very exhausting, but there's a reason that they do it. They do it because it works. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. And she still has a lot of her hair and everything too. But I can't imagine that it's gonna go on like this for much longer. It just, the statistics just don't. I don't want her to do poorly. I don't want that on anybody. But the statistics suggest that that's not what usually happens. Sarah says, "My gosh, the JLW story for a couple hours ago with Mel Robbins singing at the wedding. The secondhand embarrassment took years off my life." Oh my God, I'm gonna have to see this. Oh my God. She might be stable right now. That does not mean she is cured as she wants to believe. Agree. Um, you know, there's a reason that metastatic cancer is such a big deal. What else we got? An extreme example of people showing off only their best life on social media. Yeah, basically that. She has wasted so much time since Crafty Beach. Agree. Agree. That's the saddest part of this too. I get the I understand the impulse to, like, you want a second opinion. You want to make sure that this is the right thing for you. You want to make sure that that you have all the evidence, and and then the instinct is to think like, oh well, if this doesn't work, then I'll do that, then I'll try that, then I'll try the chemotherapy. But it's like, okay, but you need to start it earlier if you want it to work as well as it can possibly work for you. And you're wasting a lot of time. That's the saddest part. It sucks. It's like it's such a tragic train wreck. Anybody know how Steve Jobs was during his last few months? He didn't get chemo either, right? Yeah, he was kind of in a similar, I think, like, natural medicine kind of grift kind of thing that he was using, Steve Jobs, in the last few months. I don't remember how he was, though. I don't remember if he made like public appearances or what. I don't know. I feel like I remember him still appearing like pretty like I feel like I remember him still appearing in public like pretty close to when he died. But I could be wrong. Does anyone remember? She keeps quoting Steve Jobs, and we know how that ended. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm. Lisa says that's what I'm thinking. That she'll suddenly start deteriorating really fast, and there will be no coming back from that. Yeah, that's a really common pattern in specifically colon cancer as well. That it can get a lot worse very, 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 very quickly and like seemingly out of nowhere. Like it just seems to just suddenly get a lot worse. Without any type of like acceleration or ramp up to it getting worse or anything. It kind of just can kind of just ambush you. Cancer. All his fingertips peeled and didn't have any fingerprints for a while. But he has a clean bill of health now. Oh, that's great. That's great. That chemo story that it worked and everything. Congratulations. That's great to hear. It's really torture for patients that get chemotherapy. It's so much for your body to handle, but it works. And sometimes it's the only thing that's going to, and people don't put up with that for no reason. They don't put themselves through that for no reason. But what do we all know? Our loved ones or ourselves aren't the illustrious, Boss Lee. So she knows better than all of we do. Our stories don't matter. So you're telling us that ketones don't have the magical properties of keeping you perfectly healthy. I know. Big if true, right? No, they do. I'm just a hater who failed at network marketing. I can't prove it. Let's see here. Some fancy person's wedding. I think he is a self-help coach. Oh, this is where Mel Robbins was singing. I have to see this. I have to. Oh, man. Ugh. It's a wedding. Oh, and Heidi Powell and they were all there. You know what they say, birds of a feather flock together. Isn't it amazing how whenever there's an event with like one of these self-help grifters or whatever, suddenly they're all there. The gang's always all there. It's always the gang's all here, you guys. Ridiculous. I've heard it explained that chemo is killing you, but hopefully it's killing the cancer faster. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, that's the tough thing about cancer is, you have these cells that are replicating out of control, and so they're causing problems and eventually could be fatal. And so you need to get rid of these cells. Well, when that happens with bacteria, it's easier it's fairly straightforward to target a cell that is so different from your own cells, right? Bacteria is very different from a human cell. So you have a lot of targets that you could go after. But in cancer, if you are trying to kill some out of control cells that are going to kill you, but they're your own cells, that's more of a conundrum, right? And so usually with chemotherapy, what it's attacking is it's attacking any cells that are rapidly replicating. So that would include hair, your gut cells are going to be replicating very fast as well. Fingernails, skin cells, those normally, divide very quickly and replicate very quickly, even when they're not cancerous. So that's going to be the collateral damage on any cells that normally replicate very quickly. So, yeah, it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing with chemotherapy. Now they're coming out with all these biologics and everything, but that's not always an option for every type of cancer. There's not always, one of those that you can use. I looked it up, says Gloria. Steve Jobs appeared in June and was dead 4 months later. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because, I didn't remember him, disappearing from the public eye for a very long period of time. I knew it was, it was pretty quick that he was, appearing in public and then all of a sudden, he was dead. Yeah. That was liver cancer, right? I think. I couldn't remember exactly what but yeah, so that's what I thought. I thought it was 4 months. Yeah. 3-4 months. So thank you for looking that up, Gloria. Wow, the chat is on fire right now. Thank you. Let me look here. He invited all his self-help friends. Yeah. No, yeah, you memory manipulator. You can't marry someone if they're already married, even in Utah. Bone marrow transplant, medical science is the reason he's here. Yeah, and I always want. Okay, so Caitlin, that's great to hear about the bone marrow transplant. And it's so much to go through to get those things done. But I always wonder, why do people like Jesse Lee think that people do this stuff? Why do you think people? Why does she think people put up with the side effects and the pain and the expense of these treatments? There's a reason that they do it. It's crazy, but she knows better, so. That's why I'm so confused. Wait, is he still married? Yes, he is still married. Ugh. I went through chemo years ago, and because of that, she's here today having fun with her. Oh, that's great to hear. She believed she could about the chemo working, and that your mother is still here and having fun with her granddaughter. That's good. Yeah, it's that's why that's why people do chemo, so that they can be here. It's so sad and so tragic. It's incredible, the level of denial, and I get it in a way. I can understand the impulse for denial because it hurts to be told something that that hurts. And so it's normal to want to try to push it out of your brain, or to stop your brain from hearing it, because you don't want to have something that hurts happen, and finding that out hurts. I get it, but you need to you need to do what's right for you. That's not what you're doing right now, I don't think. She can do whatever she wants, though, I guess. Oh, he finally divorced. That's good. Oh, only religiously. Well, let us know when he divorces her legally. Gugh. Jesse Lee Ward says, we all have cancer cells? Really? Do we? Do we now? I would love to know what naturopathic grifter she heard that from, that we all have cancer cells. I guess I could see where we all have cells that could become cancer cells, but we don't all have cancer cells. That doesn't make any sense. I wonder where she heard that from. Probably, maybe she heard it from the the lady that she was doing the accent of. Like, I couldn't believe she did the voice. The misinformation she has spread is so dangerous. I agree. It's like, if she wants to do the natural treatment or whatever, and she wants to have the consequences of that happen to her, well, that's her choice. Fine. She's an adult. She can make her own decisions. If that's what she chooses to do, fine. But like, the thing is, she's got a whole cult of people who believe everything that she says and who will do anything that she says, and who who have families who will be affected if they do what she says, and that leads to them dying of cancer too. Okay? That's the problem there. Okay? It's whatever. She can do whatever she wants, but it's not right that she's, gonna have influence on other people in their decision making. That sucks. That's wrong. That's immoral. Rant over. I just feel strongly about that. Crafty Beach says, you mean juicing doesn't cure cancer? I know. Big if true, right? She did say Avi was like, she's not making any decisions today in her cancer journey vlogs. Ugh. Jessie Lee Ward says you need to follow your intuition, and hers is telling her not to do chemo. This intuition thing is so out of control, you guys. It's so out of control. It's like the new manifesting is intuition, is the new manifesting or something. I swear, I keep hearing people talking about intuition. Like, listen, Jules' intuition told her to release that song, and that was a mistake, right? Right, okay? I'm just saying. Like, people's intuitions are wrong all the time. They're wrong all the time. They're wrong all the time. All the time. My intuition is very wrong a lot of the time. Maybe that's just because I haven't listened to it right. Right, exactly. That's what they're always going to say. They're going to be like, if your intuition's wrong, well, you weren't listening to your intuition right. You haven't found the voice that's actually your intuition. See that voice that you heard that you were listening to, that one was the wrong one. Like, no. You need to get in tune with your true intuition, and then you'll have the right answer. Oh, okay. Sure. Interesting. That's why it's wrong. I get it. Okay. Okay, so if he wanted her to get chemo, she would, because she listens to the men around her. Oh yeah, that was her who said that, right? She was like, I like to surround myself with men, with successful men specifically. It was weird. It was like, it's a weird thing to say. You could have said successful people, but you didn't say that. You said men. All right. Somebody's misogynist. I don't know what my neighbors are doing, but it's vibrating my floor. I don't know. So offensive, that impression. I agree. Okay, like, white people, if you can do an accent that's from anywhere in the Anglosphere, okay, anywhere in Europe is fine as well, but just don't do an accent from anywhere else. Okay, don't do it. Okay, if it's an accent from, like, like if I were gonna, like, quote something that, like, Vladimir Putin said, that's okay for me to like do Russian accent for that because Russia partly in Europe, okay? You can do an accent from Europe, but don't do anything else. Don't. Like, stop it. I couldn't believe that. It was so offensive how she did that impression of the Chinese lady. She probably got it confused with the genes that predispose you to certain cancers. Yeah, it could be that. It's, it's ridiculous. She doesn't know what she's talking about. B says, well, she didn't listen to her father. I think if he suggested she would do the bossly thing she does to dare. Wow, I got so tripped up reading that. He suggested she would do. If he suggested she would do the bossly thing she does to people who dare to question her. I agree, B. I think that she just doesn't like people who disagree with her or who push back on her or anybody who is not a total just yes man, ride or die. Like if you're not ride or die, like she's not good with you. I don't know. It's the only way to be with her, I guess. It's pathetic. It's so pathetic. Thank you, Sheila. Let's see here. I need to catch up with the chat, man. I've been talking a lot. She's claiming that she's going for a cure while doing nothing evidence-based to get there. Yeah. Stage 4, even with treatment, chemo, you're not gonna get a cure. Statistically, it's just not gonna happen. And you want to be positive, but like you also need to have a grasp on what's realistic, She heard it from her. She also heard she can cure her cancer in 5 days. She can cure cancer in 5 days. Why does it take 5 days then? Why don't you just say you can cure it instantly if you're gonna go to that line? Why does it need to even take 5 days? If we're going to that level of fantasy, I don't know. I don't know what my neighbor. You know what? It's fine. Maybe I think it's their washing machine or something. I don't think she likes him as much as Avi. She's about being dismissive of him now. Blah, 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 gender roles or whatever. Yeah, kind of. Food and juice does not kill cancer cells. Agree. 100%. If it did, then like we would be able to see that just in the population. Like, it's like there are a lot of vegans. Compared to how many people aren't vegan, yeah, there's not very many of them. But there's enough of them that if they were like curing cancer by being vegan or whatever, like that would be noticeable. Like that would be obvious, because they would just be happening to be doing this treatment without even trying to, right? Like we would see it. And like, yeah, because like even like the effect on even the effect from not eating red meat, we've noticed that just in public health observation that like the risk is, a little bit lower if you're not consuming red meat. And we noticed that. But like, you think that like it's possible that they would be curing cancer by eating a certain diet and we wouldn't notice this? Like that it would just not show up in the data? Come on. It's so weird how they can think like this. Boom. Ironic because intuition comes from the gut. Yeah. Yeah. Go with your gut, right? It's a medical medium just waiting to happen. I'd argue the damage she wants has already been done. Way too many people listen to her. Agree. And and they listen to her completely. It's not like they think about, believing her or like going along with what she says. Like, no, like it is like she says it, they believe it. It's sad. It's pathetic. I think she's most likely than him. She's most likely to do it. Of course, she has her own ideas. Yes. If you have anxiety, your intuition is Eeyore. Yeah. Oh bother, or whatever you always said. Um, oh for sure, I never would have thought. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know if she would have considered it because she was pretty pissed at her dad. I don't know. Yeah, it's sad. Hello from Germany. Hi. My intuition says that a home hyperbaric chamber isn't the magical cure. Yeah, but like, can you prove that it's not the magical cure? Checkmate, right? It's like, okay, sure. Yeah, it's cuz the air pressure is too low. That's why you have cancer. Sure. What do we know? What on earth would a coffee enema even do for you? So frustrating. That's what I want to know. Like I would like to know what is like the proposed mechanism of action of this coffee enema? Like how is it supposed to work? What is the rationale for this being effective? Like I just want to hear it. I just want to hear what the proposed way that it works is. Like but I feel like they don't have one. Um, Chinese lady. Oh, I'm sorry. It is the little Chinese lady. She's, little. Just like the little Colombian man. Yes. The Chinese lady that she takes advice over medical professionals. Exactly. She claims to be open-minded and receptive to feedback from others. Yeah, she's Lisa. The fact that she can even like say that with a straight face is incredible. Like she is the least open to feedback person that I even know of, like that I can think of, that I've ever encountered, whether that be online or in real life. Like she is the least receptive to feedback person that there is that I know of. Like I don't know. She was considering it for a while. I remember she said that she was gonna start it in May, and then she was like, kind of like, maybe not. She kind of became like wishy washy on that, and then it's like, well, girl, what happened? I would not be spending my time coaching, that's for sure. Okay, Shelby, that's what makes me think that she really believes her own bullshit. Because if she didn't really believe her own bullshit and she really thought like this stuff's not working, like you wouldn't be wasting your time coaching, right? You wouldn't. Because you have limited time left, like very limited. So she must really think that her shit is working. She must really believe her own bullshit. I don't know. It's just so hard for me to it's so hard for me to wrap my head around being able to think that stuff would work. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like I'm just like, that's obviously impossible. Like the concert from the stories looks so awkward. There are chairs all lined up instead of just a dance floor. What the fuck? Who has was this like a reception? But what the hell? I have to watch these stories. I will. Sounds super awkward. Sounds like a great time. She says she is currently curing it. She says she's got good results. Well, I'll be very interested to see what those results look like in like 6 months. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna elaborate or like go on my implications there, because you get them. You got it. You get what I'm saying. She has blocked other cancer survivors telling their stories, and because they mentioned chemo, she blocked them. That's so sad. You have people who have gone through same experience as you and who are trying to help you out, and you block them. It's an unbelievable level of denial. It's really, I mean, it's one of the stronger cases of denial I've ever seen. It's sad. And it's sad that she's taking others with her. I think that's what the crazy hey woman wrote. Cure your cancer in 5 days. Insane. That is insane. Like, God, wouldn't that be awesome if you could cure cancer in 5 days? I mean, if you could cure cancer in 5 days, I mean, how are you not a billionaire or like a you'd be the world's first trillionaire if you could cure cancer in 5 days. Wouldn't you? What's the problem? I mean, that's what I find so ridiculous. Is like, okay, and they'll always have some story about like, oh well, no one believes me because of big pharma. That's what, and it's like, really? I'm pretty sure if someone could go in having cancer and come out not having cancer 5 days later, regardless of what big pharma or whoever the hell said, you would have people lining up as soon as like the first few people were cured. You wouldn't be sleeping for years because so many people would be lining up to get your treatment. You would be the world's first trillionaire. You would. But you're not. So seems a little sus to me. So I'm gonna say plenty of people told her to slow down and she sped up. Yeah. I'm so behind on the track on the chat. I'm so sorry. Don't question the cult leader. Exactly. She is a cult leader. She has a cult. I respect the decision to forego debilitating your life to the fullest, but just be honest about it. Agree. Like if you don't want to have a debilitating treatment and you're doing the math like, I could do 4 months like this, or I could get 8 months but like I'd be real sick the whole time or whatever, and that's the math that you're doing. That's fine. That's your choice. Like if you feel like it's going to be more a longer duration of like quality life for you, and that's based on your specific situation, like that's fine. But like that's not the thought process we're hearing. We're hearing her saying that she's cured it. But yeah, that's an important consideration for people with a cancer diagnosis to take. When they're presented with what the possibilities are. It's not always the right option to get an attempt to treat it. It's not always the right option for someone to get like an attempt to for like chemotherapy or whatever. Sometimes palliation is the right treatment, and it depends on what the situation is. But like that's not what she's doing, is it? Now she's so dishonest. She's so full of shit. I keep talking for so long. Okay, so they're saying, so it must be me says it cleans you out about coffee enemas. No comment. No comment about cleaning out. Nope. Yes, it's very sad. She said she can feel her liver detoxing with enemas. I really see. Here's the thing: I can't feel my liver doing anything, but I know it does a lot. Like, I know it does a lot, and yet I don't feel it doing anything ever. So she must just be more in tune, with the intuition of her liver. It's like that. It's like that Roxette song. Listen to your liver. You know. I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. Gonna have to update Rachel Hollis on the song that she's supposed to sing when she's skiing. There's a new one. This got dumb. I'm glad we can still have a good time, though. Sarah says, I think she believes too much in manifestation or that her thoughts control her reality. If she admits for even a second that it could be terminal, that's it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think, tienes razón. Yeah, it's like, when you let that little wall that you've built up start cracking, I feel like it's very hard to put Humpty Dumpty back together again when Humpty Dumpty is your denial. Stupid again. I don't know what's wrong with me, you guys. And now we have an answer from Amy. It was at the reception that they just had chairs instead of a dance floor. That sounds like a terrible wedding. I would be mad if I would be like, why did you invite me to this? This sucks. Like, I'd be like, I'm taking my gift back. Because you made me come to this. Like, this is bullshit. I hope that you get divorced. Like, they just want to dance. Toxins. Okay, cleaning out toxins. Cool. She got mad about the oncologist telling her, she got mad about the oncologist calling her emergency contact and asking them to get her to understand how serious the prognosis is. As if her emergency contact is going to bother. Like, well, I mean, I guess this oncologist, it doesn't understand that, like, she's got a whole cult organization, okay? No one's going to dare disagree with her. Or, like, if they disagree with her, they won't be her emergency contact anymore. That's just how it works. Also, that was a good move by the oncologist. For people who aren't cult leaders, that probably might have been effective, but not for this one. I just saw that My Strange Addiction thing about coffee enemas, and I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Yeah, getting boned as much as possible is the correct response. That's right. Which, could also involve cleaning out. God damn it. Fuck. I'm so dumb. That was so bad. Yeah, Sheila, that's what I always say. It goes in the hole in your face. Like, that's where that's where it's supposed to go. Like, I don't know how to help them. Damn, I'm so behind. What if if she starts to feel sick, she will seek out traditional medicine? Exactly. Everybody does these, like, alternative treatments until it's too serious. Then they go to the emergency room, right? No one goes to their holistic naturopath, when they've been shot or whatever, right? It seems like they don't. Seems like nobody goes there for that. Why? Because it's obvious that it matters whether the treatment you're getting is effective, and it's immediately obvious that it's effective or not, right? So that's the only difference. The difference is how important it is and how obvious it is whether the thing is working or not. If you can't tell right away if it's working or not, that's when people go to the naturopath or the supplementary, complementary, and alternative medicine or scam practitioners, right? No one goes there when they've been shot, huh? They don't. She's been able to control so many people through the years with her BS, and now thinks that cancer will just be, cancer. This is cancer. This is cancer right now with her intimidation. Yeah, we'll see, girl. That was my impression of her cancer as she tries to intimidate it. That's just what it does. Is it likely that she is lying about even having cancer? I don't think she's lying about having cancer. I think that's truthful. I think that the staging is truthful. I think all of that's legit. I just think she's and she's self-brainwashed and in denial by the private jets and money and loud personality. Ugh. It always sucks finding out that like one private jet just completely undoes any sort of carbon reduction that you could possibly do like in your entire life. Like because Taylor Swift just had to fly to Miami. Like, okay. Strep throat takes longer than 5 days to cure. Yeah, exactly. Highly doubt that she's lying about it. Agree. The irony of her calling the doctors chemo pimps. Yeah. I never can understand how people who think that like, conventional medicine is all about money or whatever. Okay, sure. But does the little Chinese lady, quote unquote, see you for free? I'm gonna go with probably not. Does she take insurance? Probably not. Number one, because she doesn't have evidence, and insurance companies want to see that what they're paying for is going to work. And number two, she wants cash, probably. I have yet to see any of these alternative medicine practitioners offering their services for free. So, I guess it's just all about money everywhere. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. I like being stuck in your head. Perspective from your farm background is so helpful here. Thank you. Oh, thanks. At least I'm using it for something, right? Serious cognitive dissonance. Agree. Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom. If you're feeling your liver doing anything, you should go to an ER. I agree. Her LLC is called the Prove It Legend. Legend? Really? Okay. Oh. Okay. So, legends, right? So, thinking about legends here, we got Zelda, okay, and her boyfriend Link, right? And we got Jessie Lee Ward, right? Legends. Just legends all around. Well, here's the thing. Legends aren't true, are they? So I guess it's fitting. When you say something's an urban legend, you're not saying that like this is factual and trustworthy. You're kind of saying the opposite about it. So yeah, you know what? she is a legend. Those poor doctors, I agree. They finally go in and then the modern medicine killed them. Yeah, they always say that. It will be too late, just like the medical medium's victim. Yeah, but they always find a way out of it. There is something to it. Okay, sure. Oh, welcome, Christina. I think some think it could be fake because it happened after the Colombia trip, but no, for someone like, yeah, I can't imagine her. I don't know. It seems like a lot of, it seems like a weird amount of effort. I could see her faking many things, but I don't see her faking this, especially because like you can kind of tell that like she's having difficulty like remaining seemingly unaffected by it. Like you can tell that like she's like struggling to stay with it on like her lives and stuff. You learn from this is in vivo versus in vitro research. Yeah, in vitro is like in a test tube, but in vivo is like you actually tested it in like an animal or a person or something. In vitro research doesn't mean anything, and in vivo research could possibly mean something depending on how credible it is. Yeah, that's important because a lot of times what they'll do when they are coming up with evidence for these alternative medicine things is they'll kind of like they'll put like liver cells in a petri dish or whatever, and then they'll put like coriander in there, and like the liver cells die, and they're like, wow, it kills liver cancer, that's amazing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's not what you proved there. What you proved is like that those cells in a petri dish with coriander on them died. It's a little different. One thing I agree. RGB 18. I agree. I also think that it's gonna get a lot worse, and it's probably gonna happen pretty fast. Ew, and you just know that's a real discussion they're probably having about inheriting her downline. You just know it. Remember that, what was that, Symmetry Financial Group? I did a video on them, and like that guy was like, yeah, and this other consultant was in a car accident and died, and I got his downline. And I'm just like, you fucking literal vulture. Like, what is wrong with you? Face is literally wasting away before our eyes. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Sad. She's fake her entire life, but I firmly don't believe this is fake. Agree. Okay. She's making her peace and final arrangements. She's not making any final arrangements. I guarantee you that. She thinks she's curing it. If she actually thought she was gonna die soon, she wouldn't be coaching. Come on. I mean, like if she like she I don't think she would be. I don't think anybody would be. I wouldn't be working. Doesn't she have a legend neon sign in her office? I'm sure she does. Here's what I don't like about all these neon signs lately. Like they're just LEDs in a glass tube, and I just feel like it's not the same. It's not as cool. I want neon. I want actual neon. You know, just saying. She spoke about writing her will. All right. Well, I feel like perhaps she is compartmentalizing a lot. She kind of probably is simultaneously holding a lot of conflicting beliefs. It's hard when you're observing it from the outside to like see how someone could think those things at the same time. But people compartmentalize like a lot of completely contradictory shit. So I guess that makes sense. seemed to be the only real video from her. She was very upset. Wait, what? Okay, I haven't seen this video. I need to watch this video. So. Oh yeah, that's Undy, Brian Underwood. That's her little bossy boss. Oh. Okay. So I think this is where we're going to wrap up the stream. I have a couple new reactions that are going to be coming out, I believe, for Patreon tomorrow night, but don't quote me on that. It could be tomorrow, it could be Monday. And then it will publicly come out either Monday or Tuesday for a couple new ones. And then I'm working on a couple other things, but I don't want to announce them yet because, like, Lord knows how time gets away from me. But yeah, we're all doing our best, right? Except for Boss Lee. She's not. She's being a cult leader who's going to get people killed. So with that, I hope everybody has a wonderful Sunday and a good start to the week, okay? I like how I get like soft voiced or whatever. The closer we get to like the end, and then I get really loud when I say, I've been Mac. Peace out. Bye.